Kaká.
Ricardo Izecson dos Santos Leite, commonly known as Kaká, or Ricardo Kaká, is a Brazilian football attacking midfielder who currently plays for Italian Serie A club Milan and the Brazilian national team. Kaká started his footballing career at the age of 8, when he began playing for a local club. At the time, he also played tennis, and it was not until he moved on to São Paulo FC and signed his first professional contract with the club at the age of 15 that he chose to focus on football. In 2003 he joined Milan for a fee of EU 8.5 million. While at Milan, Kaká won the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year awards in 2007. After his success with Milan, Kaká joined Real Madrid for a transfer fee of EU 65 million. At the time, this was the second highest transfer fee, in euros, ever, behind only the EU 75 million fee for Zinedine Zidane. After 4 seasons in Spain, he returned to Milan in 2013. He has been a Brazilian international player since 2002, and was selected for their victorious World Cup squad that year, as well as 2 more editions of the tournament. In addition to his contributions on the pitch, Kaká is known for his humanitarian work. In 2004, by the time of his appointment, he became the youngest ambassador of the UN World Food Programme. Kaká was the first sportsperson to amass 10 million followers on Twitter.
Early life.
Ricardo Izecson dos Santos Leite was born in Gama, in Brazil, to Bosco Izecson Pereira Leite, a civil engineer, and Simone dos Santos, an elementary school teacher. He had a financially secure upbringing that allowed him to focus on both school and football at the same time. His younger brother Rodrigo, best known as Diego, and cousin Eduardo Delaney are also professional footballers. When he was 7, Kaká's family moved to São Paulo. His school had arranged him in a local youth club called Alphaville, who qualified to the final in a local tournament. There he was discovered by hometown club São Paulo FC, who offered an assignment. At the age of 18, Kaká suffered a career-threatening and possibly paralysis-inducing spinal fracture as a result of a swimming pool accident, but remarkably made a full recovery. He attributes his recovery to God and has since tithed his income to his church.
Club career. São Paulo.
Kaká began his career with São Paulo at the age of 8. He signed a contract at 15 and led the São Paulo youth squad to Copa de Juvenile glory. He made his senior side debut on February 1, 2001 and scored 12 goals in 27 appearances, in addition to leading São Paulo to its first and only Torneio São Paulo Championship, in which he scored 2 goals in 2 minutes as a substitute against Botafogo in the final, which São Paulo won 2-1. He scored 10 goals in 22 matches the following season, and by this time his performance was soon attracting attention from European clubs. Kaká made a total of 58 appearances for São Paulo, scoring 23 times.
Milan.
The steady European interest in Kaká culminated in his signing with the European champions, Italian club AC Milan, in 2003 for a fee of EU 8.5 million, described in retrospect as peanuts by club owner Silvio Berlusconi. Within a month, he cracked the starting lineup, replacing Rui Costa in the attacking midfield playmaking position, behind strikers John Dahl Tomasson, Filippo Inzaghi and Andriy Shevchenko. His Serie A debut was in a 2-0 win over Ancona. He scored 10 goals in 30 appearances that season, also providing several important assists, such as the cross which led to Shevchenko's title-deciding headed goal, as Milan won the Scudetto and the UEFA Super Cup, whilst finishing as runner-up in the Intercontinental Cup and the 2003 Supercoppa Italiana. Milan also reached the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia, losing out to eventual winners, Lazio, and were knocked out of the quarter-finals of the Champions League by Deportivo La Coruna. Due to his performances in his debut season, Kaká was nominated for both the Ballon d'Or, finishing in 15th place, and the FIFA World Player of the Year awards, finishing in 9th place. Kaká was a part of the five-man midfield in the 2004 May season, usually playing in a withdrawn role behind striker Andriy Shevchenko. He was supported by Gattuso and Seedorf defensively, as well as Ambrosini, allowing Kaká as the attacking midfielder and Rui Costa or Plo as the deep-lying playmaker to be in charge of creating Milan's goal-scoring chances, forming a formidable midfield unit in both Italy and Europe. Milan began the season by winning the Supercoppa Italiano against Lazio. He scored 7 goals in 36 domestic appearances as Milan finished runner-up in the Scudetto race. Milan also reached the quarter-finals of the Coppa Italia that season. Kaká played a pivotal role in Milan's Champions League campaign that season, helping them to reach the final as favourites against Liverpool. Despite leading 3-0 at half-time, Liverpool came back to tie the game and eventually won the match 3-2 on penalties after no goals in extra time, although Kaká was able to net his penalty. Despite Milan losing the 2004-05 Champions League final, Kaká was voted the best midfielder of the tournament, finishing as one of the second-best assist providers, with 4, including the long pass that led to Hernan Crespo's second goal in the final, after an exchange with Plo, to make the score 3-0 for Milan at half-time. He also previously began the play that led to Crespo's first goal in Milan's second of the night and had won the free kick with which Plo assisted Paolo Maldini's opening goal after 50 seconds. Kaká was once again nominated for the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player Awards, finishing 9th and 8th in the respective rankings. 2005-06 saw Kaká score his first hat-tricks in domestic competition. On April 9, 2006, he scored his first Rossoneri hat-trick against Chievo. All 3 goals were scored in the second half. The following season, he scored his first Champions League hat-trick in a 4-1 group stage win over the Belgian side Anderlecht. Milan were knocked out in the semi-finals of the 2005-06 Champions League to eventual champions Barcelona and were once again eliminated in the quarter-finals of the Coppa Italia. Milan also finished once again as runners-up in Serie A, with Kaká scoring 17 goals in the league. After the 2006 Calciopoli scandal, however, Milan were deducted 30 points, which placed them in third place. Kaká was nominated for the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year awards for the third consecutive year, finishing 11th and 7th in the respective awards. He was also selected to be part of both the UEFA Team of the Year and the FIFPro World 11 for the first time in his career. Andriy Shevchenko's departure to Chelsea for the 2006 July season allowed Kaká to become the focal point of Milan's offence as he alternated between the midfield and forward positions, operating at times as a striker or as a second striker behind Inzaghi as well as in his more typical attacking midfield position. He finished as the top scorer in the 2006-07 Champions League campaign with 10 goals. One of the goals helped the Rossoneri eliminate Celtic in the last 16 round on a 1-0 aggregate, and 3 others proved fatal for Manchester United in the semi-finals, despite Milan losing the first leg. Milan reached the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia that season, losing out to winners Roma, and finished 4th in Serie A. Kaká added the UEFA Champions League title to his trophy case for the first time when Milan defeated Liverpool 2-1 on May 23, 2007, avenging the previous loss on penalties 2 years before. Though he went scoreless, he won a free kick that led to the first of Filippo Inzaghi's 2 goals, and provided the assist for the second. For his stellar play throughout the competition, he was voted the Vodafone Fans Player of the Season in a poll of over 100,000 UEFA.com visitors. On August 30, Kaká was named by UEFA as both the top forward of the 2006-07 Champions League season and UEFA Club Footballer of the Year, as well as being named as part of the UEFA Team of the Year for the second time. He once again finished as the second-best assist provider of the Champions League, providing 5, and was voted the 2007 IFFHS World's Best Playmaker. Milan began the 2007 August season by winning the UEFA Super Cup on August 31, defeating Sevilla 3-1, with Kaká scoring the third goal. Kaká had made a dribbling run into Sevilla's area, winning a penalty, which he then proceeded to take. Although it was saved by Palop, Kaká scored on the rebound with a header. Kaká had previously hit the post in the first half. He played his 200th career match with Milan in a 1-1 home draw with Catania on September 30, and on October 5, he was named the 2006-07 FIFPro World Player of the Year, and was elected as part of the FIFPro World 11. On December 2, 2007, Kaká became the 8th Milan player to win the Ballon d'Or, as he finished with a decisive 444 votes, long ahead of runner-up Cristiano Ronaldo. He signed a contract extension through 2013 with Milan on February 29, 2008. On December 16, Kaká won the Club World Cup against Boca Juniors, scoring the Milan's third goal of the match in a 4-2 victory which allowed them to be crowned world champions. Kaká had previously assisted in Inzaghi's opening goal of the match and also assisted in Inzaghi's final goal of the match after an impressive exchange with Seedorf. On December 17, Kaká was voted the 2007 FIFA World Player of the Year with 1047 votes, ahead of Lionel Messi with 504 and Cristiano Ronaldo with 426, and was elected to be part of the FIFPro World 11 for the second time in his career, also winning the FIFPro World Player of the Year award. Due to his contributions on and off the pitch, Time magazine named Kaká in the Time 100, a list of the world's 100 most influential people, on May 2. On October 14, he cast his footprints into the Estadio do Maracanã's Sidewalk of Fame, in a section dedicated to the memory of the country's top players. He won the honor again in 2009. Kaká finished the 2007 August season with 15 goals in Serie A and was nominated as a finalist for the FIFA World Player, finishing in 4th place, and was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, finishing in 8th place. He was elected to be part of the FIFPro World 11 for the third time in his career. BBC reported on January 13, 2009 that Manchester City made a bid for Kaká for over £100 million. Milan director Umberto Gandini replied that Milan would only discuss the matter if Kaká and Manchester City agreed to personal terms. Kaká initially responded by telling reporters he wanted to grow old at Milan and dreamed of captaining the club one day, but later said, "If Milan want to sell me, I'll sit down and talk. I can say that as long as the club don't want to sell me, I'll definitely stay." On January 19, Silvio Berlusconi announced that Manchester City had officially ended their bid after a discussion between the clubs, and that Kaká would remain with Milan. Milan supporters had protested outside the club headquarters earlier that evening, and later chanted outside Kaká's home, where he saluted them by flashing his jersey outside a window. Kaká finished his final season with AC Milan by scoring 16 goals, allowing Milan to finish tied in second place with Juventus, once again being elected as a finalist for the FIFA World Player of the Year award, finishing in 4th place for the second consecutive year. He was also nominated for the Ballon d'Or award, finishing in 6th place, and was elected to be part of the UEFA Team of the Year for the third time in his career.
Real Madrid.
On June 3, 2009, Football Italia reported that newly elected Real Madrid president Florentino Perez had offered Milan a EU €68.5 million deal for Kaká, 2 days after the player had left for international duty with Brazil. Milan Vice President Adriano Galliani did not deny the reports, and confirmed that he and Kaká's father, Bosco Leite, had traveled to Mexico to meet with La Volpe. "We had lunch and spoke about Kaká. I don't deny it. Negotiations exist, but a deal has yet to be done." On June 4, Galliani told Gazzetta dello Sport that financial reasons were his motive for the talks with La Volpe. "We cannot allow to lose EU €70 million. The reasons behind Kaká's departure would be economic." On June 8, Milan and Real Madrid confirmed Kaká has moved to the Bernabeu on a 6-year deal. Kaká made his unofficial debut on August 7, 2009, in a 5-1 friendly victory against Toronto FC. He scored his first goal for Madrid during a pre-season match on August 19, 2009, in a 5-0 victory against Borussia Dortmund. Kaká later made his league debut on August 29, 2009 in a 3-2 win against Deportivo La Coruña. He scored his first goal, a penalty kick, on September 23, in a 2-0 win against Villarreal. Real Madrid finished the season as runners-up in La Liga, with Kaká scoring 8 goals and providing 6 assists in La Liga, and 9 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. On August 5, 2010, Real Madrid announced that Kaká had undergone a successful surgery on a long-standing left knee injury and would face up to 4 months on the sidelines. Kaká returned to training after a long layoff, and manager José Mourinho said that having Kaká back was like a new signing. After an 8-month absence, Kaká returned to play by entering as a substitute for Karim Benzema on the 77th minute of a 3-2 victory over Getafe on January 3, 2011. He said he was happy for playing a game again and for stepping onto a pitch. His first league goal, and his first of the season, after his return from injury, came with an assist from Cristiano Ronaldo on a 4-2 victory over Villarreal on January 9, 2011. In March 2011, Kaká suffered from iliotibial band syndrome, which kept him sidelined for a few weeks. After returning from injury, he appeared in a convincing win over Valencia, scoring 2 goals. At the end of his second season with the club, Real Madrid and Kaká had won the Copa del Rey, although they finished as runners-up in both La Liga and in the Supercopa de España to rivals Barcelona. Real Madrid were also knocked out of the UEFA Champions League by Barcelona in the semi-finals of the competition. Kaká finished his season with 7 goals and 6 assists in all competitions in 20 appearances. On September 27, 2011, Kaká experienced one of his best matches as a Real Madrid player during a 3-0 victory over Ajax in the Champions League, as he scored 1 goal, provided 1 assist and participated in one of the best team build-ups of the matchday, a counter-attacking move involving Ozil, Ronaldo and Benzema. He was later chosen the best player of the Champions League matchday. With this match, Kaká experienced one of the best starts to a season he's ever had, scoring 2 goals, serving 2 assists and provoking 1 penalty for his team. Real Madrid won La Liga with a record 100 points that year, with Kaká providing 9 assists and scoring 5 goals in the competition. They were, however, eliminated for the second year in a row in the semi-finals of the Champions League, losing out to eventual runners-up Bayern Munich on penalties. The decisive misses for Real Madrid were by Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká and Sergio Ramos. Kaká was one of the top assist providers of the Champions League that season, providing 5 assists. He finished the season with 8 goals and 14 assists in all club competitions. Real Madrid were eliminated in the quarter-finals of the Copa del Rey by the eventual winners, Barcelona. Real Madrid began the 2012-13 season by winning the 2012 Supercopa de España against rivals Barcelona. On December 4, 2012, after scoring in a 4-1 win against Ajax, Kaká became the top Brazilian goal scorer in Champions League history with 28 goals. After the match, Kaká said, "This was an important goal for me, and I hope I've still got goals left to help Real Madrid. It was an important win and a special night." Kaká came on just before an hour was played, but was sent off as he was controversially booked twice within 18 minutes in a 0-0 draw against Osasuna on January 12, 2013. It was his first sending off at Real since he joined from Milan in 2009 and his first red card since he was dismissed playing for Brazil against the Côte d'Ivoire at the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Real Madrid finished the season in second place in La Liga behind Barcelona and also finished runners-up in the Copa del Rey final to intercity rivals Atletico de Madrid. They were eliminated in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League for the 3rd consecutive year, by eventual runners-up Borussia Dortmund. On August 29, 2013, Kaká expressed his desire to leave Real Madrid, having scored 32 goals and provided 32 assists in 120 appearances over 4 seasons at the club. He said goodbye to Real Madrid and its fans in an open letter on Twitter.
Return to Milan.
Milan confirmed that Kaká would join the club on September 2, 2013 from Real Madrid on a free transfer with only performance-related incentives due to Madrid, after agreeing terms and signing a 2-year contract. Kaká's contract is worth €4 million net per year and was given the number 22 shirt, the same number he wore for Milan during his first spell. He was also made the vice-captain upon his arrival. He captained Milan in his debut for second spell, taking the armband from Marco Emilia in a match against FC Chiasso. Kaká played his first competitive game since rejoining the club in a 2-2 draw at Torino on September 14, 2013. He suffered a left adductor problem, was forced off in the 70th minute of the game, and decided against receiving his wages until he was fit. Kaká made his return for Milan on October 19 after coming on as a 76th-minute substitute in a 1-0 home victory against Udinese. In his next match on October 22, Kaká assisted Robinho in the 1-1 home draw against Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League, in which he was lauded for his performance. On October 30, 2013, Kaká scored his first goal since returning to Milan with a wonderful curling effort in a 1-1 draw with Lazio. In January 7, 2014, Kaká scored his 100th total goal for Milan by an opening goal in a match against Atalanta. He later went on to score another goal 30 minutes later.
International career.
Kaká was called up for the 2001 FIFA World Youth Championship, but the Brazilians crashed out to Ghana in the quarter-finals. Several months later, he made his debut for the senior Brazil squad in a friendly match against Bolivia on January 31, 2002. He was part of the 2002 FIFA World Cup winning squad, but played only 25 minutes, all of which were in the first-round match against Costa Rica. In 2003, Kaká was the captain for the 2003 CONCACAF Gold Cup tournament, where Brazil, competing with their under-23 team, finished as runner-up to Mexico. He scored 3 goals during the tournament. He was included in Brazil's squad for 2005 FIFA Confederations Cup in Germany. He appeared in all 5 matches and scored 1 goal in a 4-1 win over Argentina in the final. Kaká started in his first FIFA World Cup finals in 2006 and scored his first and only goal of the tournament in Brazil's 1-0 victory over Croatia in Brazil's opener, for which he was named man of the match. He was unable to keep up the momentum for the remainder of the tournament, as Brazil was eliminated by France in the quarter-finals. In a friendly against rivals Argentina on September 3, 2006, after entering as a substitute, he received the ball off a deflection from an Argentina corner kick and outran Lionel Messi while taking the ball down 3/4 of the field to score. On May 12, 2007, citing an exhaustive schedule of Serie A, Champions League, and national team play, Kaká bowed out of the 2007 Copa America, which Brazil won. After missing out on the Copa America, he returned to play in Brazil's friendly match against Algeria on August 22, 2007. Kaká participated in the 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup, marking his first international tournament since the 2006 World Cup. His only 2 goals came in Brazil's group stage opener against Egypt on June 14, when he scored a goal in the 5th minute and then added a 90th minute penalty in Brazil's 4-3 victory. Kaká also provided 2 assists throughout the tournament. He received the Golden Ball as the player of the tournament at the Confederations Cup and was also named the man of the match in the final after helping Brazil to a 3-2 win against the United States. In the 2010 FIFA World Cup, during the match against Côte d'Ivoire on June 20, Kaká received a controversial red card after receiving 2 yellow cards. The second card was given for an alleged elbow in the direction of Abdulkader Keita. Kaká ended the tournament with 3 assists in total, as the joint top assist provider, although he failed to score a goal during the tournament. Brazil eventually ended up losing 2-1 to World Cup runners-up the Netherlands in the quarter-finals of the tournament. After more than 1 year absence from the national team, Kaká was recalled on October 27, 2011 for the friendly matches against Gabon and Egypt in November. He later had to be removed from the squad due to an injury, and thus didn't play either of the matches. After not appearing for Brazil in 2 years, Kaká was recalled on September 28, 2012 for the friendly matches against Iraq and Japan in October. Following his recall to the Seleção squad, Kaká stated, "I admit it was a surprise, this call. When the list was published, I was extremely happy. It was like my first call-up." Brazil coach Mano Menezes stated that despite Kaká and Oscar's similarities, the two would be able to play alongside each other as Kaká had slightly changed his game. On his return to national side, Kaká scored in both matches, a 6-0 win over Iraq and a 4-0 win over Japan. Kaká retained his place in the squad for Brazil's 1000th game in history, a 1-1 friendly draw against Colombia on November 14, 2012. On March 5, 2013, Kaká was called up by Brazilian national team coach Luis Felipe Scolari for the first time since the coach's return, for friendlies with Italy in London and Russia in Geneva, both taking place late in that month.
Style of play.
Kaká has been described as a quick, composed, balanced, highly skillful and creative team player. He possesses excellent ball control, awareness and positioning, and is capable of beating defenders in one-on-one situations as well as creating space for teammates. He possesses a great shot from any distance, superb vision and fantastic passing and dribbling ability. Having performed predominantly as a playmaking attacking midfielder throughout his career, as well as other attacking positions, he is known for being capable of both scoring, creating and assisting goals, and is also an accurate penalty kick taker.
Personal life.
Kaká married his childhood sweetheart Caroline Seleção on December 23, 2005 at a Rebirth in Christ Church in São Paulo. The couple have 2 children, son Lucas Seleção Leite, born June 10, 2008, and daughter Isabella, born April 23, 2011. Kaká was sworn in as an Italian citizen on February 12, 2007. He features prominently in Adidas advertising and also has a modeling contract with Armani, the latter preventing him from appearing in a photo collection alongside his Milan teammates that was published by Dolce & Gabbana in early 2007. He also appeared on the cover of the EA Sports video game FIFA 11. Kaká cites the former Brazilian and São Paulo FC captain, as his footballing role model. He is best friends with Marcelo Zaragoza, who plays as a midfielder for the team DC United in the United States. They each served as the best man at the other's wedding. He is also close friends with Radamel Falcao. Kaká is a devout evangelical Christian who was an active member of the São Paulo-based Rebirth in Christ Church. He became engrossed in religion at the age of 12. "I learned that it is faith that decides whether something will happen or not." He removed his jersey to reveal an "I belong to Jesus" t-shirt and openly engaged in prayer moments after the final whistle of Brazil's 2002 World Cup, and Milan's 2004 Scudetto and 2007 Champions League triumphs. He also had the same phrase, along with "God is faithful," stitched onto the tongues of his boots. During the post-match celebration following Brazil's 4-1 win over Argentina in the 2005 FIFA Confederations Cup final, he and several of his teammates wore T-shirts that read "Jesus loves you" in various languages. While receiving the FIFA World Footballer of the Year in 2007, he said when he was young he just wanted to be a professional player for São Paulo and play one game for the Brazil national team, but that God gave more than he ever asked for. Though sharing a common goal, Kaká is not currently a formal member of the organization Atletas de Cristo, Athletes of Christ. In goal celebrations he usually points to the sky as a gesture of thanks to God. Kaká's favorite music is gospel, and his favorite book is the Bible. Since November 2004, he has served as an ambassador against hunger for the UN's World Food Programme, the youngest to do so at the time of his appointment. Kaká has a musical side to himself as he performed a song with his wife, Caroline, on her debut album. The song, entitled Presente Deus, was written by Kaká himself for his wife and was resonated in the church during their wedding in 2005. His nickname Kaká is a common hyperchorism for Ricardo in Brazil. In Kaká's case, it was created by his younger brother Diego's inability to pronounce Ricardo when they were young.
Career statistics. Club.
Won continental competitions include the Copa Mercosul, UEFA Champions League and UEFA Cup. Two other tournaments include the Campeonato Paulista, Torneo Rio, São Paulo, Supercoppa Italiana, Supercoppa de Espanha, UEFA Super Cup, Intercontinental Cup and FIFA Club World Cup.
International goals. Honors. Club.
Torneo Rio São Paulo, 2001, Serie A, 2003-04, Supercoppa Italiana, 2004, UEFA Champions League, 2006-07, UEFA Super Cup, 2007, FIFA Club World Cup, 2007, La Liga, 2011-12, Copa del Rey, 2010-11, Supercoppa de Espanha, 2012.
Country.
FIFA World Cup, 2002, FIFA Confederations Cup, 2005, 2009.
Individual.
Revista Placar Bola de Ouro, 2002, Campeonato Brasileiro Bola de Prata, Best Player by Position, 2002, CONCACAF Gold Cup Best 11, 2003, Serie A Foreign Footballer of the Year, 2004, 2006, 2007, Serie A Footballer of the Year, 2004, 2007, UEFA Champions League Bronze Top Scorer, 2005-06, UEFA Champions League Best Midfielder, 2005, UEFA Team of the Year, 2006, 2007, 2009, FIFPro World 11, 2006, 2007, 2008, Pallone d'Argento, 2006-07, UEFA Champions League Top Scorer, 2006-07, UEFA Champions League Best Forward, 2006-07, UEFA Club Footballer of the Year, 2006 July, FIFPro World Player of the Year, 2007, Ballon d'Or, 2007, FIFA Club World Cup Golden Ball, 2007, Toyota Award, 2007, FIFA World Player of the Year, 2007, One's Dog, 2007, World Soccer Player of the Year, 2007, IFFHS World's Best Playmaker, 2007, IAAF Latin Sportsman of the Year, 2007, Time 100, 2008, 2009, Maracana Hall of Fame, 2008, Samba Dog, 2008, FIFA Team of the Year, 2008, FIFA Confederations Cup Golden Ball, 2009, FIFA Confederations Cup Best 11, 2009, Marca Loenda, 2000.